Good morning. Welcome back to Average Guy Survival. I didn't get a chance to give you guys a tour of our little homestead on my last video yesterday, so I figured I'd take you around and introduce you to some of the critters. These are some of our rabbits. These guys are really sweet. They like to be held. They are intended for meat, but we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of a softie sometimes. So starting off today's video, I want to give our daily relevant words of wisdom from Proverbs 27:23. Know well the condition of your flocks and give attention to your herds. I do believe that God gave us animals for our use, whether that be for working, meat, eggs, fur, but we should also be treating our animals well. So I do endeavor to take good care of my critters and make sure that they are healthy, well-fed, and happy. And then when I get eggs from them or meat from them, they've lived a good life. These are some of the chickens. This is a hand-built pen. This came from a shipping crate for a lawn tractor. So I'm probably going to do a couple of segments on on recycling, reusing things. Come around just a couple of the gardens here. There's some of the other birds over here. I forgot my little watering bucket. Yes, that is a little coffee tub. Why not? Some more of the girls here. They're pretty sweet. They're very good at egg layers. Let's see if the screamer is in here. Oh, no screaming this morning. She usually gives me a, hey, what are you doing? Leave me alone. So this bit of garden here, I fenced it in because neighbor chickens were just coming over and tearing things up. They've stopped doing that, but the fence is staying just in case. These here are our yard-long beans, and they're called yard-long beans, of course, because they grow to about 2 feet long. Makes sense, right? So I guess yard-long sounds better than 2 foot long. Over here is some kale. Kale is doing really, really well. Probably going to start using some of this very soon. Collards. The collards are looking nice. Tiny bit of bug damage, but overall they're looking great. Cabbages. These are almost ready. They're starting to curl in and make that nice ball in the middle. So getting some good cabbages out of here. These are green onions. Some people don't realize you can actually take green onions from the store, and when you cut off the base to use the green part, you can plant the base in the ground and it'll keep growing and giving you more and more green onions. A couple of tomatoes in here that I thought were dead. And we planted tomatoes in there originally, and they all died, or so I thought. So I put the onions in, and lo and behold, there's a couple tomatoes growing with the onions, so I guess they're going to stay. These are some Roma tomatoes that I had some extra seeds. So I stuck them next to the fence because they're an indeterminate, so they'll just climb right up that fence. Got some rosemary growing here. Love rosemary. So I'm going to head over to some of the fruit trees and some of the other gardens. This is an olive tree. Planted this expecting olives within a couple of years. Not yet. Hopefully soon we'll have some olives. This big old tall thing right here, that is a mango tree. So love me some mangoes. especially making like mango chutney, going on some coconut shrimp. Oh yeah. So over here we got papayas. And a papaya is an interesting fruit. When it's green, you can use it like kind of similar to a squash. You can cut it up, put it in food, and it's good that way. As a fruit, obviously it's a fruit, when it gets ripe. And then also when it's ripe, you can remove the seeds and dry them and use it as a substitute for pepper. So an interesting little tidbit of info there. This is an orange tree that we honestly thought was dead. We had a little frost a few years ago and it went right down to the stump, but it came back and it's giving us an orange this year. So very happy about that. This weird looking thing right here is actually romaine lettuce. This is another thing that I cut the base off of, stuck it in the ground, and we are getting lettuce. So kind of a cool thing. Some rutabaga growing here. As rutabaga, who doesn't love rutabaga? This is butter crunch lettuce. That is another tomato plant. The tomatoes I'm experimenting with this year are called Everglades tomato. They're a small, tart little tomato. They're very, very good, and they'll keep coming back year after year. Here we got some more of the green onions, some jalapenos, habaneros. The habaneros go extremely well with the star fruit. This tree here is getting so big. This was a sapling 6 years ago. I mean, it was like 2.5 feet tall, and it is just massive now and just weighed down with fruit. The thing is awesome. My wife makes this fantastic starfruit habanero jam, sweet and spicy, just awesome stuff. Down here we get some more of the Everglades tomatoes. Seminole pumpkins. I've got a bunch of these growing in the front yard that are almost gone by now, so I've got another batch started. These things will grow 60 to 80 feet long and will give you 20 to 40 pumpkins per vine. They are absolutely crazy. We've been eating pumpkins that I got off of the old vines. Tasty, tasty pumpkins. They grow to about 2 pounds, so they're just the perfect size. A little bit of carrots here that are trying to come up. I'm overwintering some green peppers here. They're supposed to start producing again in the spring. I got more rutabaga. I might have a addiction problem with rutabaga. Eggplant. These are an Asian eggplant. They're the long, skinny ones. I was overwintering that, thinking it was going to go dormant for the winter, but it is apparently not. Now, I apologize for all the road noise. We live a couple of blocks from the high school, so every morning it is gridlock out here. It's stupid, but we bought the house during a vacation apparently and didn't know. So this is a citrus tree. I mentioned our gray water collection system. It started off as nothing more than a few buckets next to the house where the gray water would go into from the kitchen. Well, it overflowed, so I had to upgrade, and we had the little citrus tree back there. It was growing up from underneath the house, so I transplanted it, and we're just waiting to find out what kind it is. So apparently we're in some kind of a seed down the drain. This is a loquat tree. Loquat is an interesting fruit. If you're not familiar with it, it's kind of pear-shaped, and it's sweet and juicy and nothing like a pear. So just very, very good. Back over here, got a couple more raised beds. We have 11 raised beds total. I'm looking to expand that quite a bit. Here we've got some iceberg lettuce. A little more iceberg lettuce there close to the edge, and then back more rutabaga. So I may need to seek help for this issue. Down here, down low, this right here is rhubarb. So the rhubarb is starting to pop up. I hate rhubarb. I call it the devil's celery, but it's pretty good cooked. And so my wife's gonna make some pies and things with it. Got some aloe plants over here. And over here, another replanted item. These are leeks. Leeks are one of those plants where you can chop off what you need, stick the base in the ground, and it comes back up. So waiting to see how big those will get. So that is a quick tour of some of what we got going on. These are just the bare bones beginnings. As this expands and gets bigger and bigger, I'm going to keep on making videos. I'm going to make some videos of camping, fishing excursions, survival trips, you name it, I'm going to video it. So if this interests you, please go down below this video, say like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you know when more videos come out. A lot of people think that it costs money to subscribe. It is 100% free. So do not let that be a deterrent. I appreciate all the support, and see you next time. Thank you.